Well, I thought we got a lot out of Dakota today. He's really close to making a big jump. He threw a lot of fastballs to his glove side, which is really a big key to him. And I thought we really defended the field well with double plays, and we had some running plays in the outfield that we made. And when you scatter 10 hits, you got to have some double plays, and you got to have some solid play defensively. So really proud of our kids. And, we needed this weekend. We needed to get back. Winning ball games, get some confidence, and got some big hits. Armstrong had some big hits. Heck has been swinging the bat very well early in the year. He just hadn't gotten any hits. He's really starting to get in the flow and get some hits there, and so I thought that was a nice team win. Benny came in and got some work. And obviously, Ross came in and got the one guy, and instead of doing a bullpen, we had him face the one guy. He was dying to pitch, and it's great to see Houston get out there and pitch a little bit. And Vance got out there and threw his breaking ball in the strike zone. So good things. I think Eastern's a good club. Boy, they play one of the best non-conference schedules you'll see. I mean, they're not afraid to go play anybody anytime. So Jimmy Schmidt's a really good friend and a very good baseball coach. Got his 500th win the other day, and they're just a first-class organization, and they're going to win a whole lot of games when the weather breaks for them up in their neck of the woods.
What does Armstrong do for you, just from a dynamic, either on defense or on the bases, John, just overall, that maybe you don't get from a lot of other younger kids?
Well, what you get from Armstrong is a great at-bat every single time. It seems like he's getting a 5, 6, 7 pitch at-bat every time. The other thing is, boy, your infielders are playing almost halfway. In other words, they can't position themselves in a normal way because by the time the ball gets to him, he can be safe at first. So he really changes the dynamics of how you approach him defensively and on the mound. It's really easy for the other coaching staff to say, don't walk this guy. Well, that's like the worst thing ever. It's like telling a golfer, you probably need to hit this 10-foot putt. That's the wrong thing to say. But he gets on base a ton, and he just creates havoc on the bases. And I think he's a dynamic player. I think he's got a professional future.
And how many, not just him, but those stolen bases in general, how do they change your offense?
Well, certainly it puts a lot more pressure on the pitcher, and this is one of those things that sabermetrics doesn't measure. How many times does a pitcher make a bad pitch to a hitter who absolutely gets barrel and crushes a ball because he's so concerned about the running game? That's where it becomes a team game. That person's speed helps that guy at the plate get a better pitch to hit. So, as you can tell, I'm not a huge sabermetrics guy, although it has its place. It's kind of like the bunt. The sabermetrics guys say, don't bunt. Well, how many hits is our speed guys going to get because the corner guys are in and balls get by them? That actually happened today with Armstrong. So, I think it puts tremendous pressure on the defenders, and we like having runners, especially in a ballpark that's going to play big. And I think that's really important.
Do you think that's kind of what happened when that hole he was trying to steal second, and then he walked to second, and then Robson scored and stole home?
Tell us that's something you practice too, John. Or is it?
What's that?
When Robson stole home, and it really wasn't a steal home because they were so concerned with Armstrong getting to second.
Yeah, I think, again, anytime you have speed, we did not have a play on there. It kind of became a play when there's a throwaway, but we do have plays here that we put on, especially first and third, but we did not have one on there. It's a really tough read when there's a throwaway. How far does the ball get away from the infielder? But again, you can do those things when you have guys who can really run, and certainly Robson. I think Robson and Armstrong, two of the faster guys, maybe in college baseball.
What are your thoughts on going on the road next weekend, taking on two teams that have a good chance to be in the NCAA tournament?
I think that doesn't even exist because we play on Wednesday. We'll start thinking about that after Wednesday. You ran right into Coach Cliche 101 right there. We're going to be really concerned about a great South Alabama club that had one of the great years in the history of their program last year. They just went and played Arkansas really tough. In fact, I think they beat Arkansas twice, if I'm not mistaken. That's one of the most difficult places to play in the country. They're a hot ball club, and we're going to have to contest with them. So we'll see. We're going to prepare for them before we even think about the weekend.
Using Bracewell today, does that kind of tip a hand to what you're going to do to Wednesday
night?
Yeah,
I think we push Benny back to the weekend, playing four in Arizona. For now, probably we'd be leaning toward pitching Preston Brown on Wednesday. He had a great start in the midweek and can get us a ton of ground balls. And hopefully, we can work Benny in for some weekend pitching in Arizona.
You told us a week ago after the series that you would learn more things about some pieces and places. Can you say the same for this weekend?
Yeah, I think we've learned a lot. I think our kids are playing a little bit more relaxed. I think we're having better AVs. I think we're a little bit more in rhythm defensively, and hopefully we'll be able to catapult a little bit forward after a weekend like this.
John, he wasn't in the lineup, but is there a concern with CT just with that shoulder deal, or was that not part of the plan?
Yeah, it's not a shoulder deal. It's in his leg. It's a little strained muscle, so it's not that big a deal. It's just one of those things. If he keeps playing on it, it just gets a little worse, little worse, little worse. So we feel like if we rest him for like the next 2 or 3 days and don't have any activity, we feel like we got a better chance of letting that thing heal.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.